What is this place? These devices in every hand? It is not what I dreamt of. This is not the Union Preserve. What have they done?
It is of no consequence, for how that you may feel the recurrence and the injustice of society, for severed of your rights within a democracy.
Do you not go out and catch these things? Do they come out of the sea in tin cans for men to eat?
Well, this is my current society.
For adhered to are the rules of which you must live powerlessly, for within acceptance of how things must be, with this acceptance of the injustice and its recurrence endlessly.
Well, this I could not foresee.
Nostradamus. Could you really see anything past the four walls in your pen?
Of which injustice which I am speaking, injustice embeds itself ever so silently within the doctrine and the political writings, of which made-up society.
What is this ignoramus of a society?
And yet we remain ignorant of ourselves and each other.
So I guess nothing has really changed.
Written within the instructions, within the coding of said society, injustice is the silent partner which protects the wealthy and the elite.
Come, scholars, witness the world you left behind.
Well, I am glad I left within my time, for your time seems to have lost its morality and lost all sense of humanity.
Within the religious text and biblical writings, you may find the birth of society. This is the coding of which humanity bases itself upon blindly, and yet.
What is this thing? So this is what has become of the world. What a disgrace.
Who are we to question historical philosophy? Historical writings of religious intent, of which we live our modern lives silently. What relevance do these historical musings have within current society? We are following historical documents blindly written by dead people throughout history. Who are we to modernize these writings? Who are we to criticize for a person who lived back writing from the beginning of time, who would have no understanding of current political events?
Where does the equality, where is the peace?
This is politics, corrupt and not fit for humanity.
They would have no inclination or where to begin, for the writings have no relevance upon this current civilization, and yet we refer back to people who are dead, for their wise words hold more power in this state and age, and yet these authors who wrote these pieces have never set eyes upon a present society and how we must live.
Is this what becomes of the world in the end?
I have no problem in anyone believing in what they want to believe. But why are we basing our society on historical documents that have no relevance within the society? Yes, they may be the foundation upon which we built the civilization.
This is not what I meant. My dream has been twisted into a justification for their greed. They used my words to romanticize poverty. And I wrote the written word is a powerful thing, my friends.
And yet we continue to refer back to these documents as if they are the spoken word of a future-seeing faux fair. If this future-seeing being were truly to have existed, then why do we live under the rulers who desire to destroy us?
Oh, how nice it would be for you guys to come back and take over politics.
We did try our best. We did try to tell you, but you would not listen in the end.
Have we not evolved in our writings and in our philosophy? Because we always seem to refer back to historical historians who have not lived within our present society. No, this is a problem for all humanity. We have based our politics and our whole system upon these aging documents and dead historical figures who have not glanced upon our reality. Have we not learned from the atrocities in our history?
Thankfully, I did not refer back to a certain individual whose name begins with the H, for he could not outrun me if he dared try to show his face.
Well, thank God, my dear.
Have we not adjusted our documentation in order to have relevance in the present? But we seem to adjust our legislation constantly. We change our laws to better fit our society, as when another injustice occurs, we edit our documents accordingly. And yet we always find a loophole and a way to excuse ourselves of being held accountable. What would these historical figures have to say about the people of today?
So what do you think of our society?
Buddha holds no judgment, for Buddha believes in the betterment of everybody within spirituality.
For these documents were written hundreds of years ago, and yet still holding no relevance within our society. For if we truly believed what our historical figures wrote down for posterity,
Buddha does not require your earthly things, for Buddha only requires nourishment spiritually in order to become a higher being.
they wrote these things down in order to enable humanity to improve upon itself. And yet, where is the influence? For the powers that be seem to not have learned a thing. And these historical figures are probably turning in their grave. The end